Hey, so have you guys gotten your notes? So you guys haven't gotten it yet, right? It will be because uh, all on the way lah. All is on the way. So your notes will take some time to come lor. So in the meantime, you guys can use the PDF file. The PDF one already posted in our WhatsApp group of my own personal one. Joanne, have you gotten the notes? You need me to send you the soft copy mode. You got the PDF ready with you. Okay, good. Can. Just that if it is a PDF, right, can't really write anything on it unless you have an iPad. Then that's a new level thing. So how is accounts for everybody so far? Hi Rashvita. First time seeing you here. This is Alwin here from TTC. Nice to meet you. Get things set up. Rashvita, have you gotten the notes sent to your house already, or you are using the PDF? I don't have the notes. Oh, I haven't sent to you. Okay. In the group, I got sent to our group already, Karina. PDF. Okay, share. Okay. Okay, welcome everybody. Assalamualaikum everybody. Okay. Rashmita, something lah? Ready taken your lunch? Okay, June. Okay, so for some of you who are seeing me for the first time, my name is Alwin. Okay, yang pere Alwin. Nama saya Alwin. Nice to meet you all. This will be my cover when you receive your notes later on. Okay, so a little bit about my introduction. So I'm a full-time tutor in TTC. So this is my YouTube channel. For now, it only has in Chinese versions. The explanation wise for every topic in the textbook will be uploaded, will be done later on. Okay, soon. So now we'll be busy uploading the IGCSE for accounting because I also other than principal accountant for SPM I'm teaching, I also teaching for IGCSE accounting for year 10 and year 11. All right, so my name will be the same Alwin Kwan account for all over the places: YouTube, IG, Facebook, and then the little red book, X, and TikTok. X is something very new for me, so I just post whatever I can post up there. The same name applies. So this is my personal for this tuition number 0163493288. So anything later on in future for your studies, okay, you can ask me anything for your accounts when you have some doubts or anything you don't know how to do. And also, I'm a full-time tutor. I'm also in the online session. So for English classes, is every Wednesday for Form 5 is 8:40 to 10:10 p.m. And do you know that we have a 1 month free trial? So if you are new first time in TTC like Rashmita and Joanne, you can come for my 4 weeks for 1 month free trial next week. Okay, so if you want to know how for registration purpose, you can WhatsApp me later on, and I give you the details and my assistant contact for the procedure. Okay, so good afternoon, and hopefully today will be a financial blessings for all of you here today. Now, as you can see in our notes, we are aiming to cover 3 topics lah. But then we see how, because 2 hours from 2 something to 4 plus, I try my best to cover as much. Anyways, Bab 1, Bab 2, Bab 3. Now 2.1, 2.2 is like very heavy type. 3.1, 3.2 is like just very chill. Bab 1 is also a very, very, very chill topic. So if I may ask, which topics, I mean the Bab 1, 2.1, 2.2, 3.1, 3.2, would you guys want me to cover? Do feel free to type in the comment box which topic you want me to cover. Yeah. Which topic you guys feel like you want me to cover for you all? You can put 2.2, 2.1, 3.1, 3.2, then bab 1, tiga which part? 3.1 or 3.2? Oh, 3.2. Okay, see how? Okay, thank you, Karina. How about Wenshi, Joanne, and Rashvita? 2.1, 2.2. Okay. I also got 3.1. Okay, so it's like very over there. So it's like almost over the places lah. How about Rashvita? 2.2. Okay, so it's like everybody, it's like almost majority wanted 2.2 and some a little bit of 3.1 and 3.2. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so it's settled. Well, the students here for our group here is little, so we can't really make a really call a majority. And out of these few that you all voted for, and we shall cover 2.2. Okay, let's try to finish 2.2 as fast as possible. And of course, I will talk a little bit about the other bab lah in general. Okay, so now bab 1. Let's talk about bab 1 and more towards the SPM status so far. All right. Now, so let's see. So analisis dan tafsiran penyata kewangan untuk membuat keputusan will mean that you be using all the ratios that you some sort memorize or understand from your notes and syllabus in school. However, for analysis and tafsiran penyata kewangan, now I have the analysis here. Talking about analysis, I also have the analysis. In SPM 2024, it did come out in your soalan 6 for the 20 marks. It's the entire whole thing. They give you an APO and then they ask you to do the nisbahs all and make some comment on which one is the better one for whatever lah they want to ask. So it came out already. So which means for this year, the chances is very slim. Now, having saying that chances are slim doesn't mean that you all do not or rather skip the entire bab 1. I don't mean like that. It's just that we are talking about the chances or probability it coming out again twice is very, very, very little. However, don't forget your soalan objective for your kertas 1 is a question 1 to question 40 will follow the flow of the syllabus. If you notice so far in your previous exam, or maybe like if you have the latihan, or like some of you very kiasu, like me before, or very gung ho, you already buy some kertas modal prepared in your table there, the desktop there, in your desk. You look, if you look at the questions of the past year or the kertas model, question 1 to question 40, it will follow according to textbook. So almost towards the question 20, 21 there, it will be somewhere got bab 1. No chapter will be left behind. All chapter will be tested at least one question, something like that. Okay, the order may not really be really exactly chapter 1 to chapter 17, but it will be like, it will be there, just around there, around the corner. The final 20 on 18 question, I will be like the first 20 question or 18 question will be for 4. Okay, so you still need to cover the syllabus. It's just that the focus is not really that much on here, but you do need to be good at it. Okay, now record tak lengkap. Let's talk about record tak lengkap. Last year, we are predicting for record tak lengkap actually for your real exam. I'm talking for your real exam. But this one here we cover is because your midterm exam, most of you will be almost into bab 3 or just finished bab 3, moving forward to perkongsian. So some of you in your school is somewhere around bab 1 to 3 or 4 on average lah. So record tak lengkap, last year predicting, but didn't come out at all. In fact, a lot of trials papers, right, they are looking at the record tak lengkap and particularly analysis, because it's like, it's been a while. Okay, so really not sure. And for me personally, I will really suggest everybody to pay really good attention and master record tak lengkap, especially the kaedah analisis. Kaedah perbandingan is rombo very, very easy. Just almost the same every time. But analysis, it can have its own aesthetics. Okay? Now, for bab 3, for your SPM 2023, it came out belanjawan tunai. If I'm not mistaken, it's a 25 marker questions. And then, we are predicting last year, ternyata penyesuaian bank. Tapi kan, tak ada keluar langsung. Never. So, normally if one of the topic come out, then the other one we might be predicting one. So, the trial paper also aiming for penyata penyesuaian bank, like a bunch of the trial paper, they are looking at this a lot last year. But, well, unfortunately, it didn't came out. So, I hope this year, maybe it will be coming out. Penyata penyesuaian bank is a free marks question. Once the normal penyata penyesuaian bank came out, not all the fully word type, buku tunai and then penyata bank is below. I tell you, the answer is just there already. It's a free cheating tipu question. When it comes to penyata penyesuaian bank, it's a very cheating question. Once you get the answer, I tell you already, hallelujah, I got it, yeah. So 20 marks is in your hand. Okay, so I'll try my best to cover as much, but the main focus is analysis, because analysis will cover most of your comfort ideas, okay, the topic. And one thing, if you are able to master record tak lengkap, you will then indirectly, secara tidak langsung, master bab 6. Something you will learn in future, club dan persatuan. Seriously, the method is very, very much alike. It's just that in bab 6, the terms will just change only to represent something that you know before. It just changed the terms. And in record tak lengkap for the analysis, right, topics such as Form 4 bab 5.2 account kawalan, bab 8 and bab 9, they will come to play in record tak lengkap. Record tak lengkap analysis is like a very huge puzzle. It's a puzzle game of those 1,000 pieces that you may have played with before, in which you solve a little bit first. Let's say the flower part down there, the blue color flower, and then after that the other side is the red color flower, and then the middle is all the grasses. You solve the one first. Then the middle a little bit, and then the top corner the sky. Then somewhere there the matahari. You go and mesh them out. After that, at the end of the day, you combine all together to become one perfect piece puzzle, in which case the perfect piece will be your Apur and PKK. Later on, this group of friends would ajak the people in record tak lengkap, right, to pergi melancong together at where? Bab 6. They are like one friend. You learn about them first. Then after that, you go to melancong together with them to a place. And then in that new place, you meet another new group of friends. After that, you ajak everybody to go for a bigger trip to Bab Club number 1. That's the idea. So once you master this, and automatically Club number 1, you'll be able to do it. Okay. Now, let's touch a little bit about the analysis chapter. Analysis chapter is the part where after all your pelarasan has been done, and then you will produce your financial statements, i.e. your Apur and your PKK. When your Apur and PKK is finalized already, then you do the NISBA, because later on we will having an AGM where top management will present the performance for the past year and the past few years to all the shareholders during the AGM meeting at one of the event place. And that is where, if let's say you are selected as one of the accountants to represent your company to present PPT in front of all thousands of people. All 2,000 eyes BG will be looking at you, presenting in terms of the pie chart, in terms of a line graph, go up, go down, then you talking about the future, what is the plan to overcome this and that kind of predicament. So one of them is your nisbah keberuntungan. Nisbah keberuntungan is the higher, the better. Tokokan is basically how you deal with harga. Tokokan is basically coming from the word tokok tambah. The tokok tambah from the sejarah one last time if you have read before, okay, when you learn about what syajarah tu, then a lot of people go tokok tambah, that kind of thinking. So it's basically taking your cost, which is like, let's say we take 100, you plus your actually the desired amount of profit you want to earn is actually your untung kasa, which actually means is your tokokan tu 50%. Then your harga jualan will be $150, 150%. So this 50% out of your cost jualan will represent the amount that you add up to arrive at your selling price. Untung kasa atas jualan is basically talking about how good are you while doing the sales. This chapter will be playing along with all your Apur and PKK. Your jualan lah, minus your cost jualan lah, then you get your untung kasa lah, plus hasil minus belanja equals to untung besar. All of which, the jualan will represent 100%. Minus, add will end up with a smaller percentage, let's say 20%. Untung kasa maybe about 60%. So if let's say they take margin untung kasa, meaning they are comparing the untung kasa with the jualan. That's the meaning. Okay. So this one is how are you doing your sales, your trading? How good are you? Are you earning from your sales? That's all. Untung bersih atas jualan is basically talking about this, comparing with the jualan amount. So basically, this one, they are asking you, how are you handling all the belanja? Because question they like to ask, manakah satu syarikat yang pandai menguruskan belanja mereka? Then you have to base on untung besar, the higher one company. Pulangan atas modal, they love to ask if you're a pelabur, which company you want to invest in. So you look at pulangan atas. These few things. Nisbah kecairan pula is talking about your PKK. It's your asset semasa and your liability semasa, basically. Your liquidity. Kecairan, cair, liquid. How smooth is your longkang? The water is flowing. Is it stuck or is it flowing nicely? That's actually what we are trying to tell here. Nisbah semasa, the normal one, they say 2 to 1 is the best. The higher, the better. But if it's too high, not good because you do not know how to invest your money. If it is too low, then you are having trouble to pay off your liabilities, all everything. Dalam masa yang ditetapkan, the 1 year basis. Or sometimes they also will ask, yang manakah syarikat has the kedudukan kewangan, right, yang stabil, who was very steady, then the company win. However, for nisbah ujian acid, it's very, very kejam when I tell you. It's very, very kejam. It's like acid, I take a H2SO4. Me, I'm one of the ABB, I'm the ABB, all the ABB, let's say, suddenly come to your company on the spot. They say, hey, I want my money all back. Please give me all my hutang that you hutang to me. I want it now, at this very right moment. Then, at the same time, they take a huge load of H2SO4 sulfuric acid, they pour to your inventory in your warehouse, all semua pecah, habis, tak boleh jual. That's why they tolak the inventory akhir. So, without your inventory akhir, I don't want you to sell anything. I want you, whatever you can do now, can you pay me with your ABT and your bank and tonight? Can you pay me? Can you take money as ABT now itself within 2 hours? Like macam kidnap story pula, within 2 hours need to send the money to transfer the money to do that kind of thing because you're held as a hostage, that kind of thing. So this one will really show your tembelang, you know. If when nisbah semasa you nampak macam biasa, but when hujan acid you look as tapi bukan tau. Macam yes tapi bukan. Nisbah semasa macam yes, you are very good. But when hujan acid, tapi bukan, dia tak boleh bayar langsung tanpa the inventory akhir. GG kau. So this is when the question will ask, yang manakah satu company yang boleh bayar dengan cepat or serta-merta? These two words you see somewhere there. Then you definitely have to base on this one hujan acid. Why I say so, you have to be careful for this. Because sometimes the question will ask you to calculate both. And if you see the question, they ask something about hutang, you don't know which one to choose. You might choose the wrong one. You choose to nisbah semata. So be careful with the keyword. Okay? Any questions so far? Yeah? Right. Now, nisbah kecekapan, basically they are talking about how cekap are you, basically. How cekap are you? Meaning how you deal with people, how you deal with barang, all these soft skills thingy lah. Like number one, kata pusing ganti inventory is how good are you in doing your sales, you know. So, how good are you? If let's say kali, the higher the better. If bilangan hari, the lower the better. How to remember the formula? Okay, if this is for kali, then something kali, right? Okay, K-I-K, you kick. Now you remember kick, then the other one is just terbalik already. The more, the higher kali you pusing ganti your inventory, the lower day you take to replenish your stock, the better, you know. During 1 year, you pusing ganti and restock for almost like on average 30 times. Walao, your power way. You good in selling and then you restock 30 times. Then then bilangan hari. On average, every 20 days or every 10 days, you restock. Means you're very good. Then you have to compare with other people or compare with last year. Then you know how good are you, or you're getting better or getting not good. Tempo kutipan hutang and tempo pembayaran hutang, the lower the better. How many days you take to ambil hutang from your supply, from your customer, or how many days you take to bayar your supplier. So they'll ask also which year or which company is good in the bayar hutang or terima hutang, that kind of thing. They can just ask lah. Then one thing, very, 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 very careful with this one thing. Almost forgot to mention to everybody. Untung kasa and cost jualan has its own formula. You still remember, right? Untung kasa is jualan minus cost jualan equals to untung kasa. Tetapi cost jualan got the opening inventory. The inventory awal plus belian minus closing inventory equals to your cost jualan. Sometimes question can make you confused. They ask untung kasa, but then up there the list of the info macam yes boleh dapat untung kasa tau. They got jualan and then got some inventory awal belian inventory akhir bo. So when you calculate, you can calculate smooth untung kasa mari punya. That one answer. Tapi if let's say the question suddenly they have all the list there like I mentioned just now with all the possible information you can calculate for cost jualan, right? And to find the untung kasa, suddenly there's a tokokan with a percentage there telling you. And you be like, which one is which one? That kind of thing. Then untung kasa you cannot find. You only can find cost jualan. And then what will happen? There's a one time or twice I saw the question. The untung kasa that I find by taking the list up there above and calculate versus the using this style of my untung kasa is an unknown. I can find my cost jualan times 100 and give me like a 30% of tokokan. I divide by this and then I times with my cost jualan. I get the answer for untung kasa is totally different. Let me show you. Over here. Got one time I remember when we deal with some Johor paper and Para paper, I get two different answers. Then after discussing and thinking carefully, you better use based on this. What if let's say tokokan they somehow given you or margin untung kasa 36%, please use this as the main priority. Because if you think of it, baki on the 31st December 2025, let's say, 31st December is a hantu, because it's a baki HB, so I call hantu. You cannot trust the hantu, because they may be sebelum diselaraskan, So only when they get already this nisbah tinggi is the point of time where all everything is already selaras and ready to go for AGM meeting to presentation. So you take base on this. You can go and Google search for Johor, this one, and the Perak. You try to do and see. Or later on during our revision class time, if our notes inside happen to have Johor 2021 and the Perak 2021 question, nice. We can have the chance to do this together. Okay? So let's see how. Now moving on back to here. So this is one trap. This here a lot of trap can trap for untung kasa and cost jualan. Okay, and can be very mathematical. Okay, so be careful for that. So that's all about chapter 1. So you can do on your own, yeah. Now record tak lengkap, like what I say, it is a puzzle chapter. Now I touch and go for the perbandingan first. Kaedah perbandingan is normally they come up like very less marks, like 10 marks sometimes. Or normally is 20 marks lah bahagian B. Very seldom to go for question number 1 unless some miracle question happens for that. But normally, perbandingan will be 20 marks question. Analysis will rather be a 25 marks question. But also can be a 20 marks question depending how much of in-depth that the examiner wants to test you. So it really depends. But record tak lengkap, the name itself already very scary. It will be a 25 marks question or a full 20 marks question. So brace yourself. Okay, this one is one of the focus this year. I think so lah. I can't guarantee. I just can give speculation only. But still, you have to cover the entire syllabus. Okay, promise me you will cover the entire syllabus without fully dependent on tips or ramalan. Ramalan, you can compare a few ramalan. If everybody having the same point of ramalan, you better master that. And those other that they never really mention much, please be good at it. That's my advice. Because if you do, you can't really use like what spot this kind of thingy. If let's say you're dealing with professional papers like XCCA next time, is a totally different one. It's a high level game and then you have to cover the entire syllabus. So starting from Form 4, Form 5 itself, you have to cover all the chapter. Ramalan, okay, just reference. Thank you for sharing. Okay, I see some other hot topics. Okay, I'll focus on that. I'll do more of that. Still, at the same time, I will be still good at other chapter. That is the mindset that you should. Okay, so now, puzzle and record tak lengkap also, it will make you feel like a perfectionist. Because if you're not perfectionist, that you cannot do a perfect APU and PKK. That's the fact lah. Kalau tak lengkap, then kadipa, and definitely your APU and your PKK will not imbang kind of thing. Okay, now perbandingan is basically the question if they want to set it right. It will be just like this: 1 January 2025 and 31st December 2025. All the list of asset and liability will be all over here only, just like that. And then all your information will be just below there. That's all. That is the pattern of perbandingan. Once you see like this, you know already it's a perbandingan question. And definitely you must do modal awal, modal akhir, and penyata untung rugi. Definitely you will not be able to escape. These three is like a Bermuda Triangle kind of thing. They need to be together there. Okay? Nothing to memorize though. Nothing to memorize. No, nothing to memorize. Because it's something you know already. Why? Because you see, we are focusing on just only this. Asset equals to liability plus equity per milik, which is coming from your bab 2 of your persamaan perakaunan. Itu je. So now we are just finding modal. So you just terbalik, the formula is just rearranged. Modal, how to find? Asset minus liability lah. Okay. For the 1st of January one is modal awal. Normally this one you are doing is copy and paste only. Copy and paste. Asset and liability, you just copy this and then minus all the liability. That's all. It's just that I seen before somewhere, I think in RSM or don't know, one of the trial sitting, they have susut nilai terkumpul over here. Because why? They mention when start business, mula business on when, and then they buy that asset on when, and then the susut nilai percentage is how much atas cost normally. And why, when now it's 2025, but they mention about 2024, and then they buy the perabot on the 2024 January. So meaning to say, and then if you look at there, January 2025, there's not any susut nilai terkumpul. So meaning to say, you need to do a susut nilai terkumpul. But these odds coming out in the exam is like 10%. 90% of the time, just copy and paste. That's all. Very simple. Now, 31st December, modal akhir, this is where all the hantu is there. Okay, the usual lah. You see susut nilai terkumpul, you need to calculate a new one. Definitely some hutang lapuk lah at the end last minute. Suddenly keluar punya itu hutang lapuk. Then after that, you go and rearrange your PHR. These three. Then some asset, then some prabayar, hutang lah, belum terima stuff lah. Liability, maybe some faedah atas pinjaman, they love to play with you. That kind of thing. Okay. So, and also kesilapan, like what? Inventory terlebih nilai, then you minus. If terkurang nilai, then you add your inventory. That's all. Okay, the usual one lah. Okay. Now, penyata mengira untung rugi. Tengok sini is like, well, need to memorize kah? I tell you guys, no need to memorize. Because what? In your persamaan perakaunan last time, you already learned something already. You already learned the equity per milik is equals to modal awal plus modal tambahan, okay, then plus untung or minus rugi bersih, right? Then after that, you minus the ambilan, then actually you get an amount. That amount is actually called the modal akhir loh. Now because tak lengkap so is who is not there? This particular X is not there, the untung or rugi. So you know what to do, just like how you normally do maths. You just go do a terbalik equation only. Just rearrange. That's all. Nothing to memorize in this perbandingan. No need to memorize, seriously. Okay, so you have to complete this puzzle. What kind of puzzle? You need to do modal awal to get modal awal. You need to do modal akhir to get modal akhir. Then, modal tambahan and ambilan will be another piece of puzzle which is almost very straightforward, or rather they might have some little bit of trick. Now, ambilan and modal tambahan has two ways of testing. Now, ambilan, you definitely see the word untuk kegunaan peribadi lah, mengambil, something like that. Modal tambahan, normally you see them using words such as what? Bawa masuk. And then another way is they buy something guna wang peribadi sendiri to, to bring that another extra perabot into the company lah. So how the way they can ask? Two ways. First, they will just tell you. This is the number one way. So they tell you got this. Oh, so you say, oh, okay, thank you for sharing. Then later on, you just place this inside here and inside here. That's all only lah. And be careful for the ambilan for setahun or sebulan. If setiap bulan, sebulan, tiap-tiap bulan, you need to multiply by 12 months or 6 months. Be careful for your tempo per accountant between these two. Sometimes they got one sitting I saw in the trial paper is 6 months. Be careful. Not every time, all the time 12 months, although most of the time, 90% is 12 months. But be careful. Second type of method is they tell you and then they say they lupa record. Lupa record. So in this case, you got two things to do. One, oh, okay, thank you for the info. I will thank you for the piece of puzzle. Later, I'll put in over here. Secondly, you need to perform plus or minus on the relevant stuff, such as SS Semasa and ABS. SS Semasa like bank tunai. ABS, your perabot, kenderaan, bawa masuk ke peribadi, or they mengambil keluar untuk kegunaan sendiri. Normally, it's these two thingy. Okay? So, two things once they say belum record. But if they just tell you only, oh, okay, thank you for the info, I will take note. So this is for your kaedah perbandingan. Okay, stop until here for a while. Any questions, guys? Karina, okay there so far? Wenshi, Joanne, Rishwita? Okay, thanks, Wenshi. Okay, Joanne. Okay. June. Okay, let's continue. Now, for record tak lengkap for kaedah analysis, okay, best we cover question instead. So the steps is like almost fixed already, guys. Seriously. It's like almost fixed already. Let's go for page 18 for this Kedai Electric Hazim. Then get ready with your kertas kajang, all those things lah. Okay, give you some time. Yeah, highlighter as well. Okay, ready Okay, now record tak lengkap. Record tak lengkap. Kaedah analisis. Okay, so kaedah analysis will involve, okay, for me, I would say it's 3 steps. However, each step is a little bit work to do lah. And then if you never perform these steps, you really can't answer the question, especially when they ask you to do Apo PKK. Now, some of the steps I do here, if you look at the question, they may not really tell you whether to do that or not. But you still have to do. If not, you cannot do your PKK and Apur in a complete manner. So it's like a side quest to do. Like play game, right? We got a lot of side quests to do. So that you can get your perfect weapon, that kind of thing. So let's do this together. First of all, who are you? You are Kedai Electric Hazim. You tidak simpan record for account yang lengkap. Then he will hire you as the accountant to help him to overcome this very not good situation lah. Because he cannot do his apur PKK accurately. So you are the one tasked to do. Okay, so now the very first step. I will analyze the question is about a perbandingan ke analisis. Tengok sini. We have a list of January to end December. Okay, this sounds like a perbandingan to me. But then the really obvious part where if it is analysis, there will be a bank account. Or sometimes they call it penerimaan and pembayaran. When you see like this, definitely is a Kaida analysis, which you see the same thing and very similar in your bab 6 later on. Okay, now, step number one. Step number one, all the time, almost fixed already. Step one is to find modal awal and baki akhir of your bank, which is most of the time they will use bank. Nobody will simpan tunai so much in the hand for few hundred thousands. No. So it's, of course, it's a bank. But why they make it as a penerimaan and pembayaran and then they never say it's a bank or tunai? Because penerimaan pembayaran here, all the amount, well, definitely is bank though. It's a combination of the bank and the tunai, in which I believe all the tunai is already inside the bank. They bank in somewhere long time ago already. Yeah. So because this account bank is the entire year one, the total. This is all the total. It's all the total. Okay. So modal awal. Okay. When we want to do modal awal and the baki bank, there's two things in tandem you need to make sure. You really need to make sure the baki awal of the bank must present at two sides. The list of 1st January 2025 over here must have a bank there and the item, the number of the bank there. Second, the bank account itself. The Baki BB must present either on the debit side as a positive as in asset, or on the credit side that will be called a negative is a liability. If you remember, it will be called as overdraft bank. You must make sure it appear both sides. Now in this question, if you look at your Baki bank, the bank is at where? In the debit side. Okay, good thing. Now in the January here one, tak ada kan? So you better make sure this will go up there, in which you suddenly write the bank account number, the bank number, okay, is 2,800 ringgit in the beginning of the day. Why? If you never do this, I can confirm, guarantee your modal awal is salah. However, this question is very nice lah. The modal awal already given to you. Normally, I tell you 99% of the time only until pinjaman. Then modal awal sendiri cari. Sometimes question will ask you to menghitung modal awal. Sometimes they never ask you to do at all. But doesn't mean you no need to do. You still must do. Okay? And if we look at the next page, okay, journal arm here, the beginning, the baki lah, of course. Got tunai di bank. Tapi kan, sini tak ada. So the tunai di bank is a positive kan. You need to take this and bring down over to here. 112,100. You need to bring down. Okay. Oh, hi Lee. Nice to meet you. This is Alwin here, meeting you for the first time. Okay. Now, now where are we? Okay, so either the bank will appear, the Bucky BB will appear at the top, or the Bucky BB will appear at below. Janji, both must have. Okay, both must have. Up and down must have Bucky BB, the Bucky awal of bank. In this case, modal awal is already written for you, so yeah, lucky you. Okay, so modal awal. Now, if let's say this modal awal they never given to you already, right? How you gonna do? Most of the time, you're basically gonna take what? Asset awal minus liability awal. So why? Because we all know asset is equals to liability plus equity per milik which is actually talking about your modal mo. So on 1st January here, you need to be able to identify asset liability. That's all. Kenderaan is your asset. Perabot asset, inventory asset, ABT asset, ABB liability. Liability, you just put a negative here to indicate a minus stuff. Belum bayar liability, prabayar asset, pinjaman liability. Okay, this one nothing. Pinjaman, okay, over here. Then modal, okay. We assume the modal is not there. We assume the modal is not there. So what we're gonna do ini, okay, asset awal, all the asset. Don't forget your bank. 2800 plus 20,000 plus perabot plus inventory plus ABT, okay, plus your insurance prabayar, and then now you need to knock off the liability. Knock off liability. Okay, so what would be the total? Let's see. Sometimes if they ask you to do penyata, mengira, the modal awal, you have to do penyata format and really copy and paste everything. But if they never ask you to do that, if they ask you just menghitong, then you just do like this. Like how you see me here doing. Or if they never ask you to do at all, you just do like this. 34360 minus off 12500. And there you go, 21860, which is exactly here, 2180. And the last final figure, then you put the RM lah. If you want to put RM at the top, then when you are doing the calculation, can, but better not, very mafan. Very leceh. Okay, so done already. Okay, now one thing to share with you all, this amount, everything here, I purposely leave some space, will be just copied into PKK later. You just copy into PKK. But this is the place where all the pelarasan happen. Still remember, previously, every time you see 31st December, the 30 or 31 of any month, that's all the where all the lecture coming into your pelarasan thingy. Okay. So modal awal done. Okay. Now Bucky Bank. Bucky Akhir Bank. Bucky Akhir Bank is basically taking the Bucky BB plus penerimaan minus all the pembayaran. The BB, if it is a positive Bucky debit, then it's a positive lah. Kalau the BB is appear over here in the credit side, then the amount here you need to show is that you put a negative RM and amount lah. Careful with that. So Bucky BB Bank, you see here, they are not imbang, they never do imbang for you. But you see, so good, or they go and put a total for you on the debit side and the credit side, all everything. If you're not how to say, you not believe, you can try to calculate and see. Most of the time in the exam, they won't calculate the total for you. They will be just like leave it hanging, something like let's see if there is. Ini macam. Tengok. They leave you hanging. So this one you need to calculate one by one, show all your minus everything. Okay, normally just do the horizontal method like how I'm doing here, unless they ask you to sediakan account bank semula dan cari baki akhir bank. That is the trust. So you just be fast in your handwriting lah. So baki BB. Now here in this case, they already given the baki BB and they total up for you. You're not sure, you just double check. 2800 plus 18300 plus 7500 plus 2400. Okay, correct. 31k. So you just should put 31k already here lah. Okay, minus off all the pembayaran. 2340. So what you get? So 31k minus 20340. So you get 10660. Okay. So done. So this 10660, you just alang-alang, you put inside here also lah. So that's easy for you later to do things. Okay, so this step is your very first step. Very fast, you can do this within 1 minute. 1 minute only. Now, talking about timing, forgot to tell you guys. Now, when this kind of question comes in for 25 marker, please make sure you only do this within the maximum of 40 minutes that I give you guys. Or maybe most of the teachers will tell you to use 40 minutes as a guideline. Once you're already over the 40 minutes duration, please go to the next question and do. Just don't care, just move on to the next question. You want to make sure the entire paper is fully answered. I'm sure by the time you reach like 45 minutes, I pray that all your marks has been mostly grabbed already during the question that you are doing for that past 45 minutes. Okay, then you move to the next question, that's it. Which I'm sure everybody is having some tough time to do like that. You really wanted to finish the entire question first, then really you can move on. Well, I understand the feeling, but please don't do like that. Try to practice to move on. Next step, when you're doing record tak lengkap, account kawalan will be your very greatest buddy over here. Account kawalan belum terima and account kawalan belum bayar. What is the purpose of account kawalan? The account kawalan is used to find your belian or jualan credit. Then later on, you're able to find the jumlah belian or jualan, whereby you take the credit amount plus the one in the buku tunai as in the urus niaga tunai. Then you get the total for your account perdagangan. So still remember that our urus niaga got two types. One is the secara tunai. Okay, this is the secara tunai one here. Meaning what? Now money come in or now money go out. Then credit is about later. That is where all your invoice come in. And if you still remember when you open your T account of belian or jualan, you see some ABT name there. And also you see a tunai or bank that wording inside there. Then the baki HB, that will be the total jualan or belian for the month or for the year. And that's the thing. Okay, so you can't escape. You cannot escape account kawalan. So account kawalan, if they never ask you to do account kawalan, then you no need to do, because here you see, ask you to menghitung. So you want to do like this kind of method also can. But now you can do like that. It's very fast. Unless you can imagine the account kawalan format in your mind already, then you can use like that. No worries, can. But if they ask you to do account kawalan, please do the account. If they ask you to just do like this, menghitung jualan credit, you also can open the T account. Two methods. One, just do the horizontal technique like up here when they just ask you to menghitung. Second is to open the T account. If you open your T account, you feel like memang just like buang masa saja. Tapi you're not buang masa. Although you somehow buang some masa, but what you get in return is what, accuracy yang sangat tinggi. Kejituan yang tepat. Which one you want? You want jituan yang tepat, your accuracy yang sangat pinpoint bullseye, or you want fast but then salah? Up to you lah. Okay, so personally I will suggest you to open your T account for account kawalan unless you can promise me that you're already an expert. Then I just lepaskan you. Okay, now account kawalan belum terima and account kawalan belum bayar is just nothing other than your ABT and ABP. That's all. If you forget already the treatment of ABT and ABP, then GG a bit lah. Have to revision for about 2 words. But if you know that account belum terima by nature itself is an asset, therefore it is a baki debit. So anything you debit it means you increase that particular account's value. Meaning this case your customer owe you more money. Then if on the other side, then that would be a credit is when their hutang to you sudah jatuh, which means they already pay back. Okay, that's the general idea. So the tempo per accounting is a 2025 thingy, so okay, very good. Now, I also can be a kind of a colorful fella. So I also love to do what, I love to color stuff. When I color them, meaning I'm doing a grouping. I group them up so I will know which one I'm doing, and easy for me to look. The first thing is I will look at my over here. And just to add on, sharing with you, the entire list here is clue on what kind of pelarasan to do. Because other than they show it like this over here, they will not really tell you much over to the maklumat tambahan to say what to do pelarasan. You are considered already like a pro and you are able to see what needs to do. So if there's something in the butir here you never tick off, means never do it. Bank we already done, so we can tick off the bank. Bank sudah counting. Okay? Now, ABT, ABB, then I will see something related about jualan, belian thingy here. The jualan in the book, account bank is the jualan tunai, meaning on the spot get money by tunai or check on. So they are one gang. We are about to do this step number 2. Okay? So now ABT. ABT by nature itself is a baki debit. So on the first day, it will be baki BB on the left-hand side here. January 1, baki BB. Then this 1740, we always have students making some funny mistakes where they put 174 over here and then close, then after that 1740 over here, very weird one. So to avoid this kind of a silly mistake, one tips to understand here, 31st December 2025 will also mean 1st of January of 2026. Remember that. Once this is established, you will know that it is after your equal sign over here. Put the habit of equal sign, then the 1740 you put over here. Then this will be meaning your 2026. So this baki BB was once a baki HB over here lah. You just bring up. Remember your HBBB is always a zigzag thingy. So, baki HB over here. And definitely over here is a December 31. Okay, so this figure already done. So I put down already. Good. Now let's see anything for ABT stuff. Okay, ABT. ABT. Oh, we receive money from ABT, meaning they pay their hutang already. So meaning to say, their hutang sudah go down. So you credit them with bank 7,005. Don't forget also to have a look in your maklumat tambahan if there's anything related to kawalan or not. Okay, got pulangan jualan, pulangan belian, you need them. Discount diterima, you also need them. For BB1. Hutang lapo also you need. The rest is the usual one that we have saw them since the past 1 year. Don't forget, you also have to put them in your untung rugi and your account perdagangan. Discount terima will be your hasil. Lapok, hutang lapok means the fellow really die already. You cannot pay you back, so bye-bye. It's your belanja, throw away. pulangan jualan is your contra entry to knock off your jualan, and you knock off your pulangan belian for your belian. So pulangan jualan means your customer return something that you sell to them previously. So it means they are not liable for that particular hutang already. So they reduce the hutang. Therefore, being credited over here. Pulangan jualan 260. Okay. Done. And then hutang lapor. Your customer die already. So throw away lah. So this hutang lapor is all the while punya lah, the total lah. Okay. Now, nothing much ready for ABT there, which means we can close our account lah for AKBT. Okay, so 7500 plus 260 plus 500 plus 1740. That will be the total biggest part over here lah then. So both sides also the same. What you'll be finding left over here is your jualan. The balance left over. So minus off 1008, you will get 8200. Bingo. We got them over here. So to answer the question, you just put A over here. Okay, jualan credit is RM 8200. At the same time, find the total. Jumlah jualan. Aprina, you take your 8,200, the credit, plus the tunai portion, the jualan tunai, 18,300. And therefore you get 26500. There you go. This is your account perdagangan information. Okay, 26500. Okay, then to answer for the B ones, that will be your account kawalan belum bayar. So, account kawalan belum bayar. RM 2025, RM 2025. So account kawalan belum bayar is the totally opposite of AKBP. So here will be the plus and here will be the plus. Okay, because it's a liability. Now, jualan also you use already, so tick them off. Okay, ABB, Baki credit. So January 1, Baki BB 2500. Then the 2300 will be over down here. 2300 2026 January 1 Baki BB. BB here was a HB the other way. Okay, so this done. Then next over here got anything? Okay, we pay ABB. Therefore, ABB punya our hutang to the supplier reduce liao. So bank 6,900. Done. Then maklumat tambahan anything? Okay, there's a pulangan belian. $130 and a discount diterima. Whenever there's a discount, definitely means hutang reduces. Okay, so what's left is our belian credit. Over here as the balancing figure. So 6,009 plus 130 plus 370 plus 2300 as the biggest side. 9,007. Let me double check. Ulangan belian 130. Okay, 9,700 both side. Minus 2,500, you get 7,200. So therefore, belian credit will be 7,200. So therefore, jumlah belian you add on only will be 7,200 plus your belian over here. Okay, take this one like this lah. Okay, 4,300, and therefore you getting 11,500 as your amount in your pool. Hi Nur Alia, selamat hari raya. First time seeing you, welcome to my class. Sudah makan? And sudah dapat notes atau tengah guna PDF? Hai, assalam. Dah, okay. Bagus. Okay. So, kat mana dah? Okay, jumlah belian sudah diperoleh. Now, we will be going to find what? What's next? Okay, jualan kredit, belian kredit sudah dapat. Now, apur PKK. Well, these two already done. Next, we really can just create our apur and PKK ready. Basically, 3 steps lah. The first 2 steps, if you can buat cepat-cepat, I tell you, okay punya. These 2 steps, you can do cepat-cepat, I tell you, steady saja. Ni step 1. Modal awal baki bank. Step 2, akaun kawalan must do. Wajib tahu dan faham what apa. Okay, wajib tahu faham. Third step. Okay, third step, apur PKK all everything mari. Pelarasan. And done. What kind of pelarasan? Only lah the usual hasil, belanja, hutang lapor, PHR, susut nilai terkumpul. Then one more, kesilapan kalau ada lah. Tu je, nothing to scare guys. Boleh, as long as do the revision. Okay, now, one thing to let you all know, account bank, do you know that account bank, the baki debit side, is money come in, means is a penerimaan. Penerimaan money come in means what? Isn't it that is like a kind of a hasil? Then the right side is the credit, means duit keluar, means is pembayaran. Pembayaran means what? Is all our expenses kan? So this is actually some sort like our belanja loh. So this imbangan duga, not only we can see like hasil and belanja, it will act as if like our what? Imbangan duga, something like that kind of feeling. So when I do my APU PKK, I just looking at up and down. That's all. Nothing much. Very easy. Now, let's set up lah then. Siapa ni dah? Kedai elektrik Hajim. Okay. Apur, if your handwriting is very big one, I really suggest you to have all the time for when Apur come, you write from the left side lah. If not, you'll be like cramming on the right side there. And be careful for the pedagang word lah. Sometimes you tend to write it very fat. Which also include me, that I have this tendency. 31 December 2025. Okay, tengah record. Okay, luckily. I thought I forgotten to record. Okay, so RM, only 3 columns sudah memadai. So jualan, you just take the total jualan. Jualan ada berapa? 265. Okay lah, just put here loh. Pulangan jualan kan? So minus loft lah. Pulangan jualan. Pulangan jualan, earlier we saw over here got this 260 kan? Okay. You take again another one more time. 26500 minus 260. 26240. Okay, ni panggil jualan bersih. And then next will be tolak kos jualan. Okay, so we definitely gonna have our inventory awal. Inventory, I tell you guys, tak payah buat apa-apa punya, copy je, unless they got say some terlebih atau terkurang nilai, then you just plus or minus accordingly. But so far inventory, nothing issue one. So you just put over here lah. Okay, then counting this one already. Then belian. Belian will have the jumlah belian. Jumlah belian 11500,998. Okay, normally put over here. Then minus pulangan belian. Pulangan belian ada kat sini kan tadi. Pulangan belian 130. So minus of 130. Now, but every time when after I do this step, I will takut sekejap, you know. Because why? I scared about ambilan. When there's an ambilan and belum rekodkan, the belian has to be tolak. So let's see if there's any. Ya, memang ada. Baru cakap, memang ada saja. Pemilik mengambil barang niaga. Perkara ini belum rekod pula. So this is got two things to do here. They say there's an ambilan. So like earlier in the kaedah perbandingan kan, you just like, okay. Okay, thank you for the info. Later we'll put inside my PKK. In which, over here, you put over here. Ambilan, there's a 550, you put up there. Because this entire 31st December will be just copy to PKK tu je. So then belum record. So kalau belum record je lah. You record, you put inside the ambilan, you debit the ambilan kan. Then belian has to be deducted and credited. So meaning belian here, you need to perform another pelarasan again. So 11500 minus 550. So you get 10950. So now your belian sudah cun already. What left is just susun nilai yang faedah atas pinjam macam biasa je lah. Okay. So then we will have our belian bersih. $10820. Then which will normally we add our untung pula, our inventory awal, where we get 14520. If this amount over here you don't know what to write, never mind, no need to worry, just leave it. If you cannot remember that this is called cost barang untuk dijual, if you can't remember, no need to worry, as long as you know the next step is minus inventory akhir. Inventory akhir, dua tempat akan keluar lah, 1 PKK and 1 our apur. Minus of 4002. And therefore you get 10320. This one is your cost jualan. You never write it over here, never mind lah, because this entire heading is about cost jualan lah. So 26240 minus 10320, you get 15920. Tanya diucapkan atas untung kasa yang diperoleh setakat ini. Next, tambah hasil extra income. Okay, hasil, we look at where? We look at here, okay. And also we look at our this here. Tengok. We have discount diterima. So you put very fast, discount diterima over here. Okay, done. And then hutang lapuk. Don't forget. Another one more time tick. Here also all tick. Okay. Now, next you see kenderaan susut nilai faedah atas pinjaman. You know got something to do. Okay, here is the time where you will need to do some sort of like what? Highlighter if you are a colorful person. Okay, so I'll do highlight. Okay, when I see got kenderaan something like this. Okay, this kenderaan, well, I suspect got susut nilai. Tengok sini ada. Oh, ada susut nilai atas kos. So, okay. This one for this color and kenderaan will for this color. I do some grouping dulu. Then perabot, is there any color anywhere appearing? Tengok sini. Perabot is a bit pelik sikit sini. When the beginning and the ending of the perabot is totally different, means what? Susut nilai to do also as well. Tapi kaedah apa? Kaedah penilaian semula. Very for sure. Once your ABS tak sama punya nilai, there will be another kind of a susut nilai. It's called the penilaian semula. Okay. Now, so this one I over here. And your... Nah, tengok sini ada pasang perabot. You group them up. Sini tak ada perabot. Oh, okay. Inventory, tak, ya. Nothing to bother. Kadar bayaran belum bayar. When I see this coming, sure got something. Then you look at your kadar bayaran. Sure got something. Next color. Insurance prabayar. Lagi lah ada hal. Insurance prabayar, then you highlight the insurance. Pinjaman, I saw earlier got pinjaman sini. So highlight lah pinjaman. Then here also got some faedah atas pinjaman. Okay, ada hal. Ni faedah atas pinjaman pun ada hal. So I group them up, finish already lah. Then what I can see here is those that I don't never highlight kan. I can just terus bantai je in my hasil over here. Commission is hasil because money come in kan. So commission diterima. So 2,400 dekat sini je lah. Done. I can calculate my total hasil. 3270 plus 15920, you get 19190. Okay, 500. Wait a minute. Hutang apa? Why pun dah hasil pula. Alah, hai. It's a belanja. So, very excited pula. Okay, commission diterima over here. Then, over here, you tolak belanja. So, here's the hutang lapuk. Tu macam 370 plus 2400. 2770 and you get 18690. Okay, hutang lapuk ini macam sini. Okay, just now sangat teruja. Put hutang lapuk sampai ke hasil pula. Aduh. But there's something in the hasil guys. If there's some sort of a hutang lapuk is in the hasil one, what kind of hutang lapuk, that kind of thing is that? You guys still remember? Type in your answer please. Got something one is in the hasil, but something to do with hutang lapuk. But what is that particular hutang thingy in the hasil? Anyone can guess? Just write in the answer. Still remember in your comment box. Right. Salah pun tak apa. As long as you are trying over there. That is very good. Come. What kind of hutang something in the hasil? Bagus Alia. Hutang lapuk terpulih. Kalau hutang lapuk dia sudah mati, meninggal dunia. So kalau hutang lapuk terpulih, jangan bagi tahu saya dia hidup semula ya. Maksudnya dia ada family member yang teruskan dia punya business, then dia bayar balik dia punya hutang. Or if not, sebelum ini hutang laput, that person sudah lari tak tahu entah ke mana, sekarang tiba-tiba dia sudah jadilah kaya raya, then got money to give you. Or previously, how? Previously dia block you sebab you WhatsApp dia tak boleh bayar duit, dia block sama you. Then suddenly balik pula, the picture, the profile picture sudah balik already. Then all blue tick you, then pay you money suddenly. Hutang lapuk terpulih. Correct? Remember guys, hutang lapuk terpulih merupakan hasil. Dia ialah perkataan berlawanan untuk hutang lapuk. Okay, terpulih, pulih. Sebab orang tu sebelum ni dia sakit kan, sekarang dia sudah pulih, sembuh. So dia bagi duit. Dia punya keadaan duit tu sebelum ni tak boleh, sekarang sudah okay. Okay? Okay. So commission sudah okay, gaji pun tak ada apa-apa pelarasan, so letak je lah dalam belanja you. Sewa. Okay, done. So now satu geng bunyi tu. Okay, susut nilai. So susut nilai kenderaan definitely ada hal lah. Dia kata apa? Atas kos kan? So 10% atas kos. Kos at the end of the day 20,000. So 2,000 je lah. Okay, done. And there's no previous susut nilai terkumpul. So this is a very new susut nilai terkumpul. So here you put SNT 2,000. Okay. Now, penilaian semula, if you see January 1 and 31st December, and then there's a perabot on the credit side or whatever, ABS, janji lah, janji ABS dekat account bank credit means they buy something. And then maklumat tambahan, they never tell you any susut nilai policy. So it's definitely penilaian semula. Which means you need to do how? The formula is first day punya cost plus the belian punya cost minus if they jual and minus the baki HB at the end of the day. Baki HB at the end of the day is normally nilai buku. Jual very rare. Normally they beli is this one. This is they beli. But if jual lah, you see here perabot. Some actually is actually the they can use jualan perabot. But actually, if you remember, this is actually your what? Pelupusan kan? The profits, the money they ambil. They sell off the old second-hand punya perabot and then they get the what, right? The money. This is the one. But normally, if normally they come out like this, right? They will just tell you the bank amount that they get is sama dengan nilai buku that they sell. So there is no untung atau rugi atas pelupusan. Kalau ada, careful. Kalau ada kan, they will tell the nilai buku yang telah dijual ialah how much. And therefore, you need to cari the differences. That's the one. Okay? Now, then they will tell you also the cost perabot yang dijual ialah berapa. Then you will have to put it over here lah. But most of the time, this jual portion don't have one. Normally. Very rare. Okay, so this one will be susut nilai perabot. The cost of the perabot at the end of the day 6,000 plus any belian. The belian is the cost one 1,000 minus the amount at the end of the day nilai buku. So I want to find my susut nilai is 600. Therefore, you just put over here susut nilai terkumpul is 600. Okay. Done. Next, what to do? Kada bayaran belum bayar. Oh my god. Kada bayaran belum bayar. So you put kadar bayaran. Now, kadar bayaran belum bayar at the end of the day for 31st December, when you see belum, normally you just add because within these 12 months, I supposed to pay an amount. But there's an amount is missing during this period. So, just letak je lah. Because untung rugi or apur here will show the hakikat sebenar, the real thing that must happen. The must by right amount that should happen. But you pay only how much? You only pay 890. So 890 is normally the one you see in your imbangan duga, the amount. This is actually talking about what has happened. So in Apur over here, it shows what must actually happen by right. This is the by right thingy. By right, it must happen what? It must happen 890 plus 230. Tapi you only give 890 kan? So 230 is the balance. So this balance is a asset, liability semasa. So you must pay actually how many? 1120. Tapi you only bayar 890. So 230 balance means belum bayar. So therefore, liability semasa. Sebab belum bayar rhymes with the word account belum bayar. In which dia orang dua-dua ni macam satu gang je, yang sama je. Macam clone. Liability. Account belum bayar, kadar bayaran belum bayar. Belanja belum bayar. Sama geng. Okay? Okay, done. So kadar bayaran bayar sudah kau tip. Next, insurance prabayar. Alahai, insurance. So insurance, another belanja. Tengok, prabayar, at the end of the day, we normally will minus kan sebab we terlebih bayar. So we don't want now. You see, we are only for January to December. But we pay something over the December, over the pagar already. So we only want something about here, right? So whatever you pay, okay, you chop off whatever you prabayar. We only want the within this 12 period. So, prabayar we normally minus at the end of the day lah. Then later on, the last one, later on, next time, sometimes when you do question, you see hasil belum terperoleh. Janji the peroleh, pra, the P word for the end of the day, at the end of the day, 31st December, that kind of thingy, is minus. Belum means you have to plus lah. Belum so buat lah macam tu, the feeling. If pra, then, pura, pergi. Come on. Okay? Itu lain kali baru cakap because it's something to relate to the future, then talk. I want now. I don't want about the future. I don't want. That's the meaning. So insurance, prabayar. Prabayar is an asset. Now, okay. I know prabayar we normally will minus lah. But then you don't want to take the risk. You never know the first day is plus or minus. So use some sort of a common sense and understanding lah. Okay, so I do at where? I want to do something. Okay, let me edit this thing over here. Okay. You open a small T account to be safe. Insurance prabayar, I open insurance account. Okay, now one thing you need to know. Hasil and belanja account is in itself, the account is hasil and belanja. But it can also be an asset or liability account, no? If it is an asset, the baki is on the debit side, right? If it is a liability, the baki will be credit side. Okay, this is a one important sentence. Now, insurance. I know this is a belanja lah, but belanja, this account can be multiple one, can be asset or liability at the same time. So we see the situation. Now, prabayar means asset. So on the first day, there's an asset of 60. So insurance account itself will become like an asset account where Baki debit of the 60 will be appearing over here, which is actually your Baki BB though. Okay. And then Prabaya is also another asset. So remember that I say 31st December is also equivalent to 1 of January 2026. So it will be over here, 180. Another Baki BB over here. It was once a Baki HB over here, 180. Okay. I need some more space. 180 over here, Baki BB. So it was 180 over here, Baki HB. Okay, that is the way to do. Then you look at your insurance. Okay, you buy out insurance, right? So you credit the bank. If you credit the bank, then insurance must be debited with the word of bank. Berapa? 600. And that's all. So because this insurance account at the end of the day must be closed. So we close at where? On the opposite side where we will write untung rugi. This is the untung rugi amount that we will put inside the belanja. So that will mean the real total insurance at the end of the year that must happen within January to December. And then whatever is left over, that will be either terlebih bayar or belum bayar lagi. That's why they will become it will become not only itself and in a belanja or hasil account, the balance over here that they bawa at the end of the day will be like an asset and liability itself. So this hasil belanja account can become an asset and liability account itself. Dia macam combine dua identity one yang hidden one. So total is 660 both side lah. So 660 minus off with 180, you get 480. So this will be your answer in the where? In your belanja. So you show it in your insurance here, you do lah. 60 plus 600 minus 180. Then you get 480. Show your working. But on the question paper, you do this for what? For safety purposes. Okay? If it is about belum bayar, then it will be terbalik lah. Because belum bayar is a Baki credit kan, liability. So if this 60 is belum bayar at the beginning of the day, it will be over here lah. And then the 180, another belum bayar, it will be over here and you bring over up here. This still the same, but this one the amount will be different lah. Itu macam. Okay. Boleh ke boleh, everybody? You understand on this part? Boleh. Mantap. Joanne, Rashpita, Benshi, Karina. Okay, ma. Rashpita, Nala Leka. Okay, nice. Is barang niaga always ambilan and we have to use belian to minus ambilan every time? Yes. You don't ever touch the inventory, please. You only touch inventory when we are talking about persamaan perakaunan. Because during persamaan perakaunan, inventory haven't split itself to many of itself to 4 different persons, just like a Naruto's Kagebushin no Jutsu. When it comes to bulk 4 onwards in Form 4 until Form 5, you definitely deal with belian, jualan, pulangan, belian, pulangan belian lah. And when you talk about ambilan, of barang niaga, you minus off from the belian. Because you take the belian for your inventory out for other purposes other than jualan and pulangan jualan. Meaning you are and pulangan belian. Meaning you're not taking out the barang and give back or to jual out, but for something else. You switch. And then those things is what you call. It's something that you buy before, right? So that thing is called your belian, no? That's why you minus off your belian. But ambulan also they can join in also later. Bank. But ambulan tunai. Then later your bank you have to further adjust again. 10660 you need to minus something. Oh, can also I don't say it will not happen. It can happen. They belum record kan. Okay. So insurance prabayar sudah done. Now what next is pinjaman. Now you see when pinjaman is like this, you are okay. This question they're a bit lenient lah. Because normally pinjaman, there's no such thing as 10,000 at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year also 10,000. Because when you get pinjaman, you have to straight away pulang the bayaran ansuran the starting the next month or 2 months later you get a moratorium. Moratorium means you get the pinjaman in January. After that, you don't pay for 2 months. April you start paying. March you start paying. That kind of thing. But here is not realistic lah. Okay, unless they are very good, they can nego until they say next year only then pay. But if not, normally pinjaman question, they will show you some matang pada bila-bila, which means you need to do two things. One, split into liability semasa and liability bukan semasa. One more, faedah atas pinjaman is definitely needed to be calculated, whether overpay or underpay. Okay, when next time when we are having this revision in our class, okay, we will definitely go through somewhere about that. Okay, now pinjaman, when comes pinjaman, just get ready yourself with faedah atas pinjaman, and therefore you have a faedah atas pinjaman. So faedah atas pinjaman, how much is per year? 8%. So I need to pay actually by what? Times 10,000 take the original one, normally take the paki awal, normally lah, unless they say something else. But here never change, so just the entire thing. So by right sepatutnya I need to pay 800. Tapi kan you tengok sini, you only pay how much? 350. So meaning, you got balance of how much? 450, belum bayar lah tu. Faedah atas pinjaman. Double check. 450 belum bayar. By right, you need to pay 800. But what has already happened? You only pay 350. So means there's a balance of 450, which means haven't paid lo, belum bayar lah. So therefore, you add on another one more item here, FAPBB 450 liability. Semasa. Kalau dia overpay, they say, you see here, they pay 900. So there's a 100 FAP prabayar excess mass. Tu je. So, dua-dua sudah settle. Memang settle dah, guys. So, what you need to do? Calculate je lah. Then later on, PKK sini semua sudah ada. You just copy everything. That's all. Very easy. Kononnya macam easy lah. I know maybe some of you thinking, teacher, you are teacher, must feel easy loh. But that is the easy way that I can really help you guys lah. Only 3 steps. But the first 2 steps, you need to master. If you cannot master these 2 steps, stuck lah. So you really can see here all everything they test you. They test you this, and this. Only thing this part here, they lepaskan you with hutang lapok suddenly found or PHR. But if not, most of the time, ada punya. Okay, 500 plus 2007 plus 3600 plus 2000. Plus 600 plus 1120 plus 480 plus 800. So total 11800 tolak sama dia. Yes, 6890 lah. Let me double confirm. Takut. Nice. 6890. Kongsi facai, untung bersih. Okay, now then PKK ni kedai elektrik Hazim. Ternyata kedudukan kewangan pada 31st December 2025. Only 3 columns sudah okay. RM, RM, RM. Cost. Susut nilai terkumpul dan nilai buka. Okay, assets bukan semasa. Okay, assets bukan semasa. Now our focus just looking at this only. All the one that we circle over here, the entire thing. Kenderaan ada satu. 20,000 cost, susun nilai terkumpul 2,000, then you left 18,000 loh. Then after that we have our perabot. Okay, our nilai buku is 6,004. Susun nilai terkumpul was 600. So therefore, what is the cost? Is actually our baki BB plus pembelian. You cannot figure that out, so you just terbalik calculate 6,004 plus 600, you get 7,000 there. Okay. So 18,000 plus 6,400, you get 2,4,400. Okay, then now next, asset semasa. Asset semasa, definitely the inventory akhir is here. And then you got inventory akhir 4,002, sudah cun, letak sini. If they say terlebih nilai the inventory akhir, then you minus off the 4,002. Kalau dia kata terkurang nilai, then you just add lah. Both side PKK and the upper there. Inventory akhir, okay, ABT. Kamu belum terima 1,740. After that, any asset Hey, don't forget your bank 10660. What else? Your insurance prabayar. 180. Any asset? Dah. Okay. Total up. Then minus off something called the liability semasa, in which when you go to university, there's no such thing. The liability semasa have to be placed above here to minus off to get some that so-called modal kerja. There is no such thing. When you go to university, liability semasa will be below. Meaning to say, our normal PKK if T account is all the asset over here, liability, equity, pemilik kan. I mean like what? Okay. Our ABS, AS, equity pemilik, LBS, LS. Okay. Then it will be different one. It will be terbalik. Meaning all the ABS at the top, and then after that total, then equity pemilik, and then LBS, and then LS, macam tu. For the international version. Don't believe? You go and try to download some annual report PDF from those listed companies in Google. You go and find their SOFP, Statement of Financial Position. There's no such thing. They will find a modal kerja. So that is one secret I tell you all first. But here just for exam purpose, BM Malaysian, Kementerian purposes, so just follow only. Okay. Now, ABB. Animal liability, kadar bayaran. Animal liability. Okay, link pinjaman is LBS this one is faedah atas pinjaman belum bayar. 450. You want to show lah. 800 minus 350. Any more? Oh, tak ada dah. Okay, that's all. So 2300 plus 230 plus 450, you get 2980. minus of, then you get 13800. This is your modal curvature. And you just leave it blank. I'm very serious about this. Because why? I know how you feel. Kalau tak imbang means you emotional damage for the entire 2 hours and a half. You what in the halfway during the 1 hour 15 minutes, something like that, for the first hour and a half. You get yourself, you tengok tak imbang, you'll be crying there like, oh, GG. So you'll be like, you can't focus already to the next question lah. When you do the next question means you are still thinking why I cannot imbang my PKK for this kedai electric hazim. Why? So you cannot focus already. So my advice is just do ni, okay? After you do finish kan, you just leave it like that. And you move on to the next question. After you finish the entire paper 5 question, then you go and calculate the PKK. And I pray by the time you still have another balance 30 minutes. You do all the question within 2 hours. Nice. Or 15 minutes lah, to be practical a bit. Or 10 minutes lah. Then you see whether imbang or not. Tak imbang lah, bagi dia lah. Want to berhenti menulis, then you submit lah to the teacher. Unless you will sitting very far behind, then they say berhenti menulis, and only a few teachers only in the front coming up to you, right? They are still very far. Don't care, just continue. Try to see whether you can save your paper or not. Okay, so equity per milik here is basically like doing a modal akhir thingy. So you start with modal awal. Okay, where your modal awal? Modal awal, forgot already how much. 21860. Then plus there's no modal tambahan. Okay, got untung bersih. Untung bersih 6890. Two 8750, then minus of ambilan. There is an ambilan 550, don't forget that. Here 28200. Then lastly, liability bukan semasa. Okay. Leave it blank. Do finish entire paper. Okay, do finish already. You want to make sure your confidence level tip top. Okay, whether imbang or tak imbang, you just tipu yourself. Yes, I believe it's imbang. I believe in you. Okay, they say, oh God, please protect me for my this. Well, please help me to make it imbang. Just move on to the next question. Even though you're not imbang, let me tell you one thing. This one, no marks at all one, I tell you. Your marks is inside here already one. If let's say you untung bersih salah from the over here, no marks, right? They will somehow will have a one-off marks. One-off means what? 1 marks for your own figure. Although your figure sudah salah, tapi you know how to do the operation, the formula, you know what to do. Just berani je. Macam tu. Then you can get some marks. The entire paper 2 for your this principal account has a marks totaling to almost 20 marks of free marks. But we do not know because it's all the total 6 questions. You only have to do 3 plus 2 questions only. So I hope that when you take the last 2 questions, it has a lot of one-off marks. Okay, we never know. So just do your best on it. Janji you do the entire paper at the tip-top level of confidence. Whenever you face PKK kind of question, just do and then just leave the total blank. You do not want to make yourself GG with emotional damage as early as possible. No. You want to GG, feel GG, then you do finish already, then you feel like GG, tak imbang. Tapi lantak lah bagi dia lah. Sure, you can get marks. Out of 13 marks, let's say this PKK, how many marks is this? I haven't tahu. I never see really. 8 marks. Maybe you get actually how much? 6 marks. And then 2 marks there is free. Tak tahu kan? However, this F marks most of the time has a terma dan syarat. Meaning to say you need to be like how, let's say, okay, let's say this one over here, they want to give you one off. Let's say, the syarat is you cannot have some funny things appearing extra. Meaning, your pinjaman cannot suddenly appear up here, cannot. Once got some butir asing, cannot get one off, although you are eligible for the one off, tak boleh. Sebab konsep sudah salah. Butir asing ada. No, cannot. That's one of the way they are doing there. But we never know where it will be happening. Normally, this is just only some I can tell you. Okay, untung bersih sometimes here got one off marks, free marks. Modal kerja also one off marks. Then sometimes over here also got one off marks, one susun nilai. And then your PHR sometimes also. Or maybe if let's say there's a lot of asset semasa or a lot of liabilities semasa, they will say like this, okay, one off. Syarat 4 out of 6 must correct. Or maybe 1 plus 1 off. I don't know. We never know. Then here maybe also 1 off. Where else? Untung this course journal also maybe have 1 off. We never know. Normally this is what I saw lah. I saw it over here. I saw it also somewhere over here as well. Then here, and here. So it's like how many? Already 6 marks already. Maybe inside here also can. This berlian, you also got one off there. Because later on you add on there might be 1 off. So a lot, you see, just now we cover like what? Almost 10 marks of 1 off, almost 8 or 10. Out of 25 marks, there's almost like 8 marks or 10 marks is for free. Imagine that. Can one. But then still just do your best. Okay, so now finish the question already, right? Finish doing the entire paper. Then moment of truth 13800. Okay, 38200. Then over here for very obviously. Then 38200, and finally in your where? In your table there, you'll be like, yes. And don't be that loud lah. Be just only small sound. You yes lah. If not, your friend beside you, I will take the eraser, the rubbish and throw you like that. Wait. Okay, so just do your best and be confident. That's the one when doing the question, because account is very, very easy. It's really a free A paper. What makes it hard is the psychology battle, that what you see on the paper right here, like this page. Wow, 25 marks. So you don't want to feel like that. You feel the mindset with you. So yeah, I can one lah. Also so easy only. The start is just like that only the concept you already learned before. You no need to feel scared on what the question, the paper, how they do the questions. I know sometimes can be a bit like mind-boggling, right? Kan? Okay, so we done already for this question. Before we move to the almost the ending part, any questions so far want to ask? Maybe any one of you need to screenshot lah. This one and then this one. Okay, this one. Okay. Now, so you see, your paper will be very colorful. Okay. Oh, we already time's up. So yeah, again, this is me. So we will be having also, do you guys know that we have a free trial for 4 weeks for new students? Okay, like for my class is every Wednesday for English session. Form 5 is 8:40 to 10:10. Okay, this is my WhatsApp number. If you want to ask me things for your studies, or you want to ask about the 4 weeks free trial for 1 month, the procedures to for registration, you can WhatsApp me with this number, and I can be found on various social platform with the same name and with Alwin Kwan account. Okay, then when you get your notes later on, this will be the cover. All right. So yeah, this is what we have for today. And I shall see you guys next week, Wednesday, for our English session. Okay. So yeah, that's all for today. Hope you guys really will have learned a lot things and ace your this midterm exam lah. Okay. Any questions? Joanne, Alia, Rashmita, 问是 Karina. All okay ah, semua cun. Okay, and so that's all for today, and I shall see you all in future. Okay, bye everyone. Have a great week and Pom. Bye. Welcome, Joanne.